this animator. I'm a fire starter, you're a fire starter.
Just Cause gives you an unprecedented amount of freedom. And we are trying to polish that feeling of joy. And we already had the core, we knew the mechanics worked. What we really needed to do is just bring that out and make it even bigger. The combination in Just Cause 2 between the grapple hook and the parachute to be able to slingshot through the world, that was just awesome. Suddenly navigation is just fun. So we took that to a different level, saying, all right, we're going to add a wingsuit that you can also grapple with. So now you can slingshot in a wingsuit. So you have a whole other menu of navigational features to get through. We want to push the verticality in combat, in gameplay, in navigation, in world design. That is like the center of the bullseye for us. To get the player to get comfortable being in the air, I think Just Cause really shines like that. And the sense of freedom and just openness is a different scale. I mean, we go for huge open worlds. So Just Cause 2 is already enormous. We really want to focus now on density and the feel of the world itself. So we didn't necessarily have to just do increased landmass, but we have certainly gone a lot bigger when it comes to density of the world. And now it's not just on top of the world, we also have caves and tunnels and all sorts of stuff there too.
We love creating these absolutely beautiful worlds, and this time around we're in the Mediterranean, and then just basically f them up. That's what makes Just Cause so much fun.
Now when you pull down a statue, it'll shatter into all these pieces. You can blow yourself through walls, you can tumble huge spires down, enormous radar dishes. So you can imagine being chased by a convoy, you can turn around and destroy the entire bridge that they're on behind you, and the whole thing will crumble and shatter underneath it. Now that is the scale of destruction that we're after, not really breaking a hole in the wall, I mean, you can set up scenes that are the biggest action movie scenes you can imagine. I cannot wait for people to use the new share features on new consoles. Those videos are going to be just awesome.
It's a fine balance between being just outright stupid and fun, and I think Just Cause is it's always balancing on that very fine line.
What percentage stupid and what percentage serious would you say the game is right now?
I'd say it's 70% stupid. Just Cause 2 was actually more 80%, I would say. What we have done in JC3 is actually that we have a new story that is a little more serious. Rico is going back to his childhood days in Medici. I think it's time the players get to know Rico. I think we owe that to Rico. I mean, he's been through 2 games now. The first game he was just a mumbling idiot. With that said, it's not a story-driven game. It's always the sandbox that comes first.
I think a lot of people try to be great at being filmmakers when they're game makers. We should embrace the goodness of what our craft is. As long as we stay focused on giving the power into the player's hands, I think we're doing what we should be doing.
Do you ever question the need for a story period in this type of game? Like, what if you just drop players in?
Yeah, many times.
What do you think the benefit of having a story is then?
I mean, people like to hear a story. I mean, in JC2, I think the main part of all our players didn't even finish all the story missions. The story was absolutely great in Just Cause 2, we just did a shitty job of presenting it. The script is absolutely amazingly cool, but everybody likes to hear a good story.
I think you need a backbone, a reason for what you're doing in the world. We're not a story-driven game. We don't hammer you through a highly scripted experience. The story gives you the ability to learn how to use your tools in a great way. And then hopefully you'll be like, oh, that's awesome. Can I do that somewhere else? Yep, you can do it somewhere else. Everything that you learn can interact with every other system. When you learn how to dual tether something, you can start thinking to yourself, can I dual tether a helicopter to a car and lift the car in the air? Yes, you can. So it kind of drives you through, and we can introduce you to the characters that you're hanging out with and give you the impetus to overthrow the evil dictator at the end.
For us, it's that balance. We're always focusing on the sandbox first in every game we do.
It seems like the more wacky elements you put in a Just Cause game, the more the fan base is going to react to it.
Yeah.
So what's stopping you from just putting a jetpack in the first mission and dinosaurs and just everything wacky you can imagine?
There's always a lot of ideas, but to create that super polished experience, time, basically.
You have to focus. If you do too much, too wide, you don't get the same level of quality.
But obviously, I mean, it's a game where it inspires designers and players to come up with all these ideas. So again, we'll work with the community once the game is out, and maybe we'll see dinosaurs, we'll see elephants. Far Cry has already stolen us. But wherever it might be.
The modding community has always been something spectacular in all games, and any game that gets the love of the modding community is already in a good spot. A game that's all about the sandbox, really in a good spot.
I'll never get sick of Just Cause. It's always in my head, Just Cause. And I mean, I got ideas how I would like to expand the franchise even further.
I mean, Christopher and I work a lot together and looking at the franchise, and he's keeping a very close eye. I mean, it's his heart and soul. You know, this is how Avalanche started, was with Just Cause. So it's been a pretty big responsibility to be kind of offered that. I think it's going to give a big boost to all of us to finally be able to show what we've been working on, and we're real proud of where we've gotten to. It's been a lot of work, and we've had a lot of fun doing it, and I think when a team has a lot of fun, it tends to show through in the game.
Hello and welcome everyone, my name is iCamera and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be discussing about Just Cause 3, a possible announcement at this year's E3, and a release date coming in 2015. But before we get straight into the video guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to click the subscribe button to join the Saiyan Army, and don't forget to click the like button too. So if you guys did not hear, huge news going around the internet that Square Enix has actually registered the domain Just Cause 3. Now this is huge news because Just Cause 2 was the game that could be so much but became so little. In my opinion, is probably the best looking game on last generation consoles, even surpassing GTA 5, which I believe it came 2 years before GTA 5 was actually released. Now on the PC, this game was immensely popular, mainly because mods, I believe like over a year later, actually made a multiplayer online gameplay for it, so you could have up to like 100 people playing Just Cause, all looking like the same character, just causing complete chaos. If you guys don't know what Just Cause is, I'll leave a little montage down below in the description that pretty much summarizes how amazing this game is. But with no further ado, let's get straight into the brand new information. Now we already know Square Enix has registered a domain of Just Cause 3, and we're expected to see some kind of teaser trailer at this year's E3. Now I'm not going to exactly be surprised about this because Square Enix is not exactly the best financial situation, so they want to release a game that actually will bring them some popularity and make them some money. Now Just Cause 3 has been on the people's minds for the past 3 years, and I've made a previous video that was almost 100,000 views, so clearly people want this game to come out. So what we can expect is, hopefully, if all the rumors are coming out to be true, is some kind of teaser trailer this year at this year's E3. That would be probably the biggest thing that they could announce at E3. I think it would triumph any Halo game and all the Call of Duties for sure, unless Grand Theft Auto got announced for next generation consoles, and then a release date for 2015. Now when could I see it? I'm imagining summertime. I believe that's when they released the last one. It was September, I believe, when they last released Just Cause 2. Now, as a fan of Just Cause and the series in a whole, I want to discuss with you guys some of my wish lists that I will launch for this game. Now, let's get straight into it, and be sure, guys, to leave your comment section down below. Let me know what you guys would like to see in this game. Of course, I want this game to be multiplayer focused. Now, with Just Cause 2, the storyline was complete garbage. There was like no storyline. The characters are all organic and boring. Now with Just Cause 3, I would like to be an online game, mainly online, like put all the research into online gameplay. Have it like GTA where we have our own character that we can customize and make it look how we want. It doesn't have to be super specific like GTA. Make it like some preset characters that we can use. Have it so we can own some of these cars, bring in some customization, and pretty much bring a whole bunch of game modes and let the community make games. Now, if I would want it on a different map, I would have to say no, because Pinal City or Pinal Island, whatever the hell it was, had tropical regions, had city regions, had desert regions, and had Mount Everest pretty much. So it definitely has a wide variety of gameplay here. Now, maybe people would be saying I want better graphics. Now, when it comes to Just Cause, like I said early in the video, Just Cause 2 probably had the best graphics out of any current gen. You could say Killzone surpassed it. But when you look at an open world game, I don't think so. You could maybe say Uncharted or even the Call of Duties or Battlefield. In my opinion, Just Cause 2 just looked that damn good, and by far, in my opinion, the most superior letdown ever. Now what I mean by that is this game had so much potential, so much, but they kept it so vague, gave us so many tools, but didn't give us any creation really. Like there was, like I said earlier, the characters all sucked. The game, your main character, he was so boring, had like the worst accent in the world, storyline was terrible, but the map, everything was there for it to be a perfect game, and that's why it prospered on the PC community and it had such a huge success. But guys, let me know in the comment section. I know this video is really vague. We don't really have any information currently about this game. All that we know is it does exist, and there has been some teaser images. If you guys would like to see some of the rumors that have been going around, I'll leave a link down below to my other video about Just Cause, where I break down everything and what's going on. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave some comments down below in the description, and don't forget to click the subscribe button, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Peace everyone, hopefully you enjoyed.